So let me just remind everybody on the board as well as in public of why the RIFs are happening.
Thank you. That would be great.
Earlier this year, well not earlier this year, in October, we received note that we've lost an unusually high number of students. Now for the past years, we've been losing students, hundreds of students, 200 to 300, sometimes more. The money that we have lost just in 1 year, so from previous year to this year, we have lost at least 577 students. So if you multiply that by $8,100, which is the average compensation reimbursement that DPS gets from the state, which includes local money as well as state money, it comes down to something like $4.2 million. Okay, $4.6 even million. So this is the real loss that we have incurred in just 1 year. However, we're not talking about 1 year. I just spent some time here giving you statistics going back 10 years ago when the last RIF was done.
So I read that the district has some reserves such that maybe we did not need to execute the RIFs in the middle of the school year.
Here's the situation. We have to have a certain level of cash reserves. Okay? We have to have it for bond rating purposes. So their requirements are always above 10% of the revenue of the budget. Okay? We do not even have that 10% yet as of today. So yeah, I know it looks impressive when you look at financial documents. There are several $1 million in unrestricted cash reserves. In reality, it is not enough. And in fact, if you go to our website, to our press release section, you will see a press release that we put out around July or so. One that said 5-year plan. Who asked about 5-year plan?
I think there's a couple of us had questions along that line, and it's not that we were thinking you have to do it in 5 years. It's the sense that we get from reading the news is that the plan extends out to maybe the end of this school year, and we were wondering if there's a longer-term plan.
In terms of 5-year academic plan, I'm not sure if there is a 5-year academic plan, but there is certainly a multi-year plan where we've addressed it with the ODE, and unlike most plans of other school districts, we actually have names assigned to those subjects. So we actually put responsibility on concrete individuals. So that later on, administrators cannot do this. Okay, so somebody is responsible. And that plan, once again, is public information. It's on our website and it's on board docs. You can find it. Transportation department has been neglected for many years. Who knows, and I'll get to you, sir, who knows what is the newest model year of our buses? We have only 6 or 7 that are newest. What was the year in which we purchased them? Yeah, 2010, okay, 2010. 2010, that means what? They were produced in 2009, essentially. Okay, so 7-year-old buses are our newest buses right now. Whose fault is that? Okay? Whose fault is it? It's the fault of our management. It's the fault of our board. It absolutely is. Of our previous board.
Get some clarification on the discrepancy between the 4.6 million and the 2 million?
Absolutely, sure. First of all, 2 million that Mr. Kelly has written about has never been agreed upon by our treasurer. Okay? The latest figures from the ODE and from the treasurer are $3.2 million. Okay, that's the loss. $3.2 million in just 1 year. Okay?
$4.2 million, $4.6 even million.
$3.2 million.